Well, if you follow the channel for any length of time in the last couple of months, you know the first tight end I was talking about going to Cincinnati Bengals was actually not Michael Mayer. Mainly because I truly believed he would not be available during the time that the Bengals would pick. I still don't think he will be available. Darnell Washington is the tight end I was talking about for so freaking long. The reason why I love this guy is he's an absolute freaking tank. In every circumstance possible. And yes, the reason why a lot of people are not 100% on board with him, and why I think I'm very much in the, minority when it comes to people loving this guy, is because of the fact that he did not put up crazy big stat numbers. He's more of a run blocking, but also vertical tight end. He also, when he played 28, He played 15 games last season, 10 the year before that, and 10 the year before that. So, I was very much in the small party of people who absolutely love this guy going to Cincinnati. Now, obviously, since Mike Ramirez picked up, there's been more talk about him. But at the NFL Combine, it seems like Bengals fans are finally seeing why I've talked about this guy so freaking much. It's because of this clip right here. He is an absolute monster. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. And again, I'll say this a billion trillion times. Why I have always loved him is he has not put up the crazy stats. This man is a monster when it comes to catching the football. When he does get thrown the football, he has been an absolute tank. Not only that, the reason why I love him so much is because when the Bengals are on the clock, realistically speaking, these are the tight ends that are going to be available. Is it possible that Dalton's available? Dalton, Kincaid is available during the Bengals pick? Yes. Same thing with Michael Mayer. But even in this mock draft looking at right here, it has Michael Mayer going the 18th pick and Dalton going at the 25th pick. That's why I've talked so much about this guy, Darnell Washington, because he is such a solid player. What is his? Let me see if they actually have on this website. Yep, he's 6'7", 270. Listen, if you want a guy like Anquan Bolden, if you guys remember Anquan, he's Raven, but he's also a Cardinal. If you want a guy who's gonna go up there, out-muscle everyone, outdo everyone, just outbox the whole entire team, then you go with Darnell Washington. I love Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer is, what is he, 6 foot? Let's go back and see how tall he is. I think he's 6'5", right? He's 6'4", 265. This man is 3 inches taller than Michael Mayer, and he has absolute monster catch radius all around him. And if he were to play his senior year and he wasn't entering the league in his junior year, I think he would have put up even higher numbers, crazier numbers. And, it was just only progressing from there. You got to keep in mind that every single player, if we go ahead and look at his stats here, his snap counts, play snap, 298. Didn't show the other two. I'm pretty sure he just got more snaps. He got more play time. That's why he was able to put up bigger numbers. And again, like I said, I really do love this guy. I think he is a monster. And at a 28th overall pick, if I'm Cincinnati and the other two tight ends are off the board, I have no problem going with him. I think he could be a really solid, good player for Cincinnati. I've said this many times, I'll say it again. So here is where he wins. His frame. He's going to outbox everybody. Okay, you were talking about, you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins, you have Tyler Boyd. Hayden Hurst, I love Hayden Hurst. He was a Raven, obviously, at one time, but I love the guy. He's a monster. But this guy, he's like Jimmy Graham. He's going to out-muscle everybody. You put a linebacker on him, kiss it goodbye. You better put a safety on him. You need a safety on him, and you need a big safety. You can't have a small safety. This guy's going to out-muscle him. What's his role? Inline tight end. You're not one of the run-heavy teams in the NFL. I suggest you look elsewhere. He's a good run blocker, and that's why he doesn't put up crazy stats. Doesn't mean he can't catch the football. That's a lot of misconceptions people have, is the fact that he can't catch the football. He can catch it perfectly fine. It's just the system he was in, and for the Georgia Bulldogs, he was a run-blocking guy. And I think this could be so amazing for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Have a vertical threat and a run-blocking threat. Hayden Hurst is not a run blocker. He's not. He's a vertical threat guy. Michael Mayer, while I think he could be a solid run blocker, he's not a run blocker. This is a really good run blocking player. This is a guy you can put in the box and have, run the ball nonstop against an opponent. I always say all the time, I love to see Joe Burrow go out there and throw 600 yards a game. And, for NFL fans, that's the best thing ever, right? That's the coolest thing to watch. But at the end of the day, it's better if Joe Burrow doesn't have to. What if Joe Burrow can just hand the ball off and, the running back, whoever they take, let's say, for example, they take him, right? And with the 28th overall pick in the second round, they go take whoever, right? And you have, let's say they go with someone like, Tank in the 4th or 5th round. The one thing I love about him is, again, you can have him as a, let's say, for example, this Ravens do this a lot, right? They'll have guys that come in and are simply run-blocking tight ends, right? And when they're on the field, they're going to be run-blocking. If we have Nick Boyle in the field, we're probably not passing the football. If we have Patrick Carr in the field, we're probably not passing the football. This guy you can bring in for your run-blocking sets, and then next second later, right, team think you're going to pass the ball, let's say run the ball, you pass the ball. Let's say you go ahead and run the ball, right? You can now switch to a pass play, and the team might be like, oh, he's in there, so they're going to run the ball. No, he can also catch the football. He's also a 6'7", 270-pound beast that is hard to cover and hard to stop, and you never know what the Bengals are going to do. You never know if the Bengals are going to run the ball, throw the ball. Imagine a goal line situation where you have him on the goal line, right? You have, obviously, P. Ryan in the backfield, Tank in the backfield, Chris Evans in the backfield, and you're like, okay, well, they're running the ball, right? Now we're going to throw a fade route to Darnell Washington. And his 6'7", 270-pound guy is going to outbox everyone on the field. He's amazing. Now, here's his biggest problem. Waist bending. Washington is never going to look like Travis Kelce as a receiver, so putting anything to do with that is insane. He can easily grow into being an actual offensive tackle, though if he chooses to be an effective as a blocker regardless. Washington will have to cut out the waist bending and sink from his lower half. What is better than having a tight end that when you're in the playoffs, right, something happens, right? Let's say, for example, you're in the playoffs and, you lose your right tackle again, right? You have a tight end that can play right tackle. You have a tight end that can be an extra blocker. You have a tight end who's 6'7" and can outbox pretty much everyone on the field. This is the type of guy that I love to add to the Bengals because he's so versatile. You're not asking one thing. You're not getting one thing from him, right? You're not going out there and say, all right, man, we drafted you. We need you to be the best tight end ever. You say, hey, we're going to draft you. You're a starting tight end, but Collins doesn't work out. Collins gets re-injured. Hey, Washington, can you play right tackle? Absolutely. This is depth. This is depth. I love it. And I've talked about it so freaking much, and everyone has been like, oh, no, come on now. Oh, no, we're not going for him. We're not going for him. We're not going for him. And now people are starting to see it. So people are starting to see how good this guy is. How amazing this player actually is. 85.7 grade it is for a reason, guys, okay? He's a amazing blocking tight end, but he's also a vertical threat. And Cincy, you guys could have a gem on your hand. Especially if Micro's not there. Darnell Washington is the guy. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.